to the world. Subscribe now to the Hot 97 YouTube channel. It's Ebro in the Morning with Laura Stiles and Rosenberg.
Did you happen to pay attention to what was trending in the world of entertainment last night?
Is this the Meek Mill story?
Well, there were two. There's Meek Mill and Cardi B, but I think the Meek one is a very interesting conversation.
Well, we'll get to the Meek one. The Cardi story seems like a warm and fuzzy unless there's more to it, but Cardi said she'll match anyone's donation to a charity or foundation, and then people was just saying, yo, I donated here, donated there, and it looked like she was matching.
It started out because
It
started out because she was talking, discussing whether or not she should buy an $88,000 bag.
Oh, in a Birkin bag.
So apparently. So when people came for her, she at first it didn't look very good. She started trying to defend herself. And Ebro, you never want to start defending yourself for how charitable you are. That's like Kevin Hart defending how funny he is in a clubhouse room. You don't want to do that. So what she decides to do instead is says, hey, you know what? Tell me where you're donating money. I'll match it. And so that's what she did. And she turned it into a warm and fuzzy.
So you mean during the holidays when people don't have jobs and everybody's broke, they don't want to hear about these celebrities spending $88,000 or whatever on a bag or how many cars you got? Or
apparently not, Ebro. And I like the fact that she was talking about getting an $88,000 bag. But as a result of now having to go down this path of matching people's charity, it probably turned into like a $200,000 bag.
I mean, I wonder how long she's going to go. Now, Cardi didn't she do a contest earlier this year that gave out when COVID first started? Maybe that was with one of those, what's that company? Fashion Nova. What was it?
Cash App.
Cash App. Yeah, they was giving away money every day. They gave away like $1 million, didn't they?
2.
Wow, that was amazing.
Yeah.
Cardi does good things.
But people don't care about that. Yeah, you gave away $2 million.
People just don't want to hear about your $90,000 bag.
That's it.
I don't. I mean, and I'm fine. I still don't. No one cares. It's just a weird.
Well, for me, when you're flaunting everything that you've bought with your money, who are you doing that for? Are you doing it for other people that also have money? Because guess what? They don't care because they got money.
Right. And then what about the people who don't have money?
Are you doing it for people who don't have money that you just want to rub it in their face that they don't have money? Who are you doing it for?
Yeah, I never quite get it. And it's so hard for me to justify some of it. Like, I'll start doing math in my head. I'm like, how much money does one really have to not really stress a $90,000 bag? And it's always not as much money as people have.
It's also when you get money. Because Cardi just got money. So it's not old yet. It's not played out
Imagine
yet.
how much money you'd have to buy a $90,000 bag. Like, I like to think about right now. I like to think right now. How rich would I have to be in order to commit to never flying coach again? When you pay, I'm talking about when you pay for your own flights, Ebro. Because I know when Apple pays for you, you live. But when you pay for your own flights, to say never again, I don't care if they say the first class ticket's $10,000, I fly first class. How rich would I have to be? You need to have so much disposable income, in my opinion, to feel comfortable doing that. So when you apply that to getting a $100,000 car on a whim or a $100,000 bag, I just feel like the amount of income you have to have has to be ginormous. But then again, I'm a nerd. So, listen, we're squares. We don't spend money.
And then sometimes there's just money, I mean, we're getting way off in the weeds. Let's be honest. Nobody don't want to hear that. Regular people don't want to hear it.
Listen, people just wanted these kids to get more than $20 from Meek Mill last night. And that was the story. Meek Mill was taking a ride through Atlanta in his very, very expensive car. What kind of car was that, Cass?
I don't know, but I'm sure it was probably a Bentley or something.
Bentley,
or maybe even a Rolls Royce.
Bentley, Rolls Royce. And some kids came up to the car and were doing the selling bottles of water move. And Meek rolls down his window and gives the kids $20 for a bottle of water.
Seems nice.
Ebro, to me, I find that to be exceptionally generous.
I thought it was amazing. That sounds amazing.
To me, that's amazing. Meek, these kids were not satisfied with $20. They wanted more. And again, back to Kevin Hart in the clubhouse room, Meek is now finding himself having an argument with kids on the street about whether he gave them enough money. And, of course, the internet has weighed in as well.
Of course, the internet went with the kids.
Of course. I personally feel
I missed it because I would have chimed in and been like, yo, y'all tripping. And then if I give you $20 and you unappreciative of the $20, give me about $20 back. I'm out.
Yeah. I mean,
playing with me.
These kids, how the way people treat these kids that are on the train selling candy? I see it all the time. They act like they're not even there. All the time.
And by the way, no good deed goes unpunished. If Meek had just driven away, no one would ever talk about it. But he decides to give money.
Well, and this is the other part.
And why'd you put it on the internet?
There we go.
Well,
That's
did
the
he?
part. Yeah, he put it on the internet. He put it on his IG.
Hit the button. Forget it.
He did it to himself.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
He did it to himself.
I thought they filmed it. You're right. There's a shot from the inside the car.
Yeah, nah, he filmed it.
He's a troll.
That part.
He did it on purpose. He knew this was going to turn into something.
What? Of course he did. Meek's trolling. Forget it. I forgot.
And by the way, $20 to somebody selling water on the street for a bottle?
Still a great deal.
Bruh. And by the way, you know the lesson these kids need to learn?
What's that?
Don't be ungrateful. That's the problem. The problem with most of y'all, whoever's on the internet saying Meek should have gave him more money, that's the problem with y'all. Y'all think everybody's just supposed to give y'all something.
There we go.
You think everything is just going to be gifted to you just because I got it. Nah, fam. It ain't happening like that.
I mean, let's keep it real.
Ain't nobody coming to save you. You got to get up off your ass and go get it.
The water thing is a hustle to start out with. Let's be
No, it's
clear.
a great hustle. Listen.
You're already selling waters to people who generally don't need waters but feel bad because they see you standing there with the water.
Or they do need water. You know how many times I've been in traffic and somebody selling water? I'm like, yes.
What's the temperature right now in Atlanta, though?
I mean, it doesn't matter. I might just been in traffic. I might be thirsty. I like the water salesman, and I like that these kids are selling water.
No one drinks more water than you, though. You're a bad example.
I drink mad
You're
water.
like a fiend for. You're like, yo, y'all got water? How much water y'all got?
Yo, and by the way, these kids are out here working hard too. Shout to them. But being ungrateful when somebody's trying to give you money, that's terrible. Yeah. That's terrible.